All right, welcome back to another one of our film reviews. Today we are talking Green Bay Packers rookie guard Jordan Morgan. Morgan getting his playing time, splitting reps at the right guard position for the Green Bay Packers and against the Jacksonville Jaguars. He had a very solid performance, brought a lot to this Pack offense, and we'll break down exactly how he did and what he will bring going forward. As always, if you appreciate this content, give us a like, give us any comments with any feedback you might have. But without further ado, let's jump right into the film. All right, let's start with the running play. There's Morgan right there, of course, at right guard for the Green Bay Packers. At this point, the Packers are going to run a inside zone concept to the offensive left, the right side of your screen, excuse me. We're going to get the left tackle working out this direction, left guard working up this direction, center working to reach here. We're going to get zone double teams here, working up to the next level here. Anytime you're running any sort of zone scheme, what you're trying to get is you're trying to get movement. You're trying to get these guys sprinting this way, get them dislocated, and allow your running back to take this track, then work behind just like this. Now, the Packers, being led by Coach LaFleur, of course, really smart team, great play design. They're going to bring a receiver in motion right here before the snap to get flow of everybody this way. They're also going to send the tight ends this way as well to basically get these guys over here on the edge firing to the left as well. So what that means is that they're going to get a natural cutback just opportunity just by motion and alignment. So as the motion happens this way, people will flow this way. And as the zone blocking occurs this direction, just like this, these guys defensively will go that way. And you can see this natural alleyway that's starting to open. Again, going back to Morgan here, he does a really nice job getting on his man, getting movement, helping opening up the hole. Let's check it out. All right, there's a motion. There's a snap. You can see the zone concept right there for the Green Bay Packers. Everyone taking the track to their left, the right side of your screen. You can see both tight ends over here. They go the opposite direction. They pull the defenders that way. It forces 51 right here, this linebacker for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Look at all this ground he has to cover. That's a lot of grass for one player. It allows the running back to cut behind the block, get north and south for a really nice gain. Again, looking at Morgan right here, watch him get on this defensive tackle. He's trying to work up to 33, trying to get some movement. He stays on him, keeps working, keeps working. I tell you what, Zach Tom does a lot of the work here, but one of the things I like from Morgan, and we'll talk about it a lot this cut up, is he does a good job avoiding the negative. He just gets on his guy and runs his feet. Look, offensive line play at its base core level is just this simple. Get on the right guy, do your job, run your feet, and keep moving and create movement. That's exactly what happens here. Just by running his feet. Is this a dominating pancake block? No. But by getting some movement, staying on 93, he opens up the cutback lane, allows Tom to work up to 33 right there, and there's the hole. Great job right here by Morgan, right? Again, far from dominant, just doing your job with a good effort. Love this from the rookie. All right, from the wide copy, you can see the motion right there. Watch Morgan, watch Tom right here on this double team. Is he driving people 20 yards off the ball? No, but it's getting hats on hats and dislocating the defense. Watch how far they watch 93 inside. Tom gets on 33. Good cutback, nice run. Let's look at the initial snap. Look at this where 93 lines up. He directly between the two hash marks right there. Look where he ends up after it's all said and done. About 3 yards to the offensive left of that hash mark. That's about 6, 7, 8 yards worth of horizontal movement. That's all you need to allow your running back to cut back for a nice gain. Good job by this Packers offensive line and Morgan. All right, going to pass protection, there's Morgan right there at right guard for the Pack. So here we're going to get a little play action concept. Josh Jacobs is going to play fake like he's running the football here. This is kind of half play action. I call it a soft play action. Basically, no one's really aggressively selling the run. Everyone kind of gets into their pass nets like it's play action. You kind of just fake the handoff here to kind of hold the linebackers a little bit if you can. Across the board for the offensive line, the center, left guard, and left tackle, they're all going to take the gap to their left. So left tackle's going this way, left guard's going this way, most likely to pick up him, and center's going to work over here as well. So we get kind of a double team action on this guy right here. On the backside, the right side of this protection, we're going to get one-on-one. So Tom's going to be one-on-one on the edge rusher, and Morgan's going to be one-on-one right here with this defensive lineman in this A gap. I'm going to call him a 2-eye technique, 2 inside eye. Some people may call him a shade or a 1 technique, but I think he's directly in the A gap. So Morgan, you can see he's got a lot of ground to cover. He's got to cover him up and do a good job right here. Make sure he doesn't give up any penetration. The rookie does a nice job. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. There's a soft play action. Great protection. Morgan doing well. Steps up in the pocket. Big play down the field. Nice work. Let's go look at Morgan right here. All right, here we go. He's got a lot of ground to cover. Got to get your foot in the ground. Bang, 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 comes over. I love how under control he is, right? He knows he's got to get there aggressively, but he doesn't overexert himself. Sometimes these young guys, they fire and they give up an opportunity for a defender to rush across their face with like a swim move or something like that. Morgan, under control, calm, cool, collective. Look at that base, folks. Oh my gosh, let me back that up a little bit. Base, hands, good position, great technique. That is awesome. That is dominating in the pass protection game. And that's the one weakness of this pass protection scheme is that an interior defensive lineman, this is a slow developing play, right? With the play action and the receiver running a deep cross. Some of these defensive linemen, if they're good or if the guards don't do their job, they can get pressure in the quarterback's face, can blow the play up. Doesn't happen here because Morgan does a great job on the defensive tackle. Nice work by number 77.
Yeah, Nick, and Morgan, this is the game Packers fans are looking for out of him. One of his best games, his absolute best game all season per PFF, 71.7 overall offensive grade for Morgan. And we're talking about pass blocking, absolutely put it all together, knocked it out of the park. 83.8 pass blocking grade for him. Really did a phenomenal job. I think we're starting to see the player that they wanted to see, getting him out of the first round out of Arizona.
All right, going with some old school power football here. This is down and dirty. You can see the Packers have a lot of people lined up over here on the offensive right, the left side of your screen. It's going to be power football at its finest. The center's going to block back here. The left tackle is going to block out. Left guard's working up to number 23. We're going to get a double team between Morgan and Tom right here, working up to number 33. That's the key block. We're going to get the tight end right here. He's going to jab step here, then work up to the linebacker. Number 80 is going to insert for the number 6 lined up there. And the other tight end is going to try and cut off the end man on the line of scrimmage right there, just off the outside corner of your screen. Like I said, the key block is this double team right here. Morgan and Tom, they got to get movement and they got to take care of both these guys. They got to get hats on hats working together. Great teamwork here between Morgan and Tom. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. We can see center blocking back, left guard working up, left tackle working back. We can see right here, 89 jab step, then work up to 51, 80 then inserts. Let's look at this double team right here. Hip to hip, getting some movement, working them down, hats on hats, forcing number 33 inside, gets on them, everyone on them. You can see Morgan right there is on 33. Nicely done. Now look, at the point of attack over here, not so good, right? Kind of get blown up. You can see the tight end can't quite get to 51. Beats him across his face, kind of blows up the play. You can see this other tight end right here. 91 beats him across his face right there too. So 2 of the 3 tight ends don't do their job, kind of ruins the play. But at the point of attack right here, this key double team, this key block, what we want to see from Morgan and Tom is perfect. Again, good position there. I'd like Morgan's pad level to maybe be a little bit lower. You see where Tom's head's at. That's where you want to be. But he keeps running his feet, right? Keeps working the entire play, ends up on 33. That's a good job. That's a solid double team. Is that an all-pro double team? No, but that's good work right here by Morgan, and that's why he's grading high according to PFF. He's starting to learn how to get the job done consistently. Again, from the wide copy, let's watch this double team. Look at this movement right here. Gets hats on hats, gets on 33. That's what you need, right? Look where the line of scrimmage began, right? Going back to the very beginning. Right, the 35, just short of 35. Look at 93. Where does he get blown back? Right there, about what, the 37-yard line or so, 38 maybe, excuse me, 37, 38, somewhere around there. So you're getting 2-3 yards of movement. That's good. Vertical displacement, and you're getting hats on hats up to the linebacker. That's good, right? Now, like I said, is that all pro? Is that going to, make the highlight reel? No. But will that win you football games? Absolutely. And we saw that in the running game against the Jaguars. All right, going with the running game the other direction now. We're looking at Morgan right here at right guard. We're going to get another double team between Morgan and Tom. This time they're going to double team inside, working up to the backside linebacker. Tight end's going to work up to the play side linebacker. They're going to bring 30 in motion pre-snap to kind of pull the safety out of the box here or get the linebackers flowing that direction. Center is going to block back. Backside tackle is going to anchor down, and the backside guard's going to pull and kick out the defensive end. You can tell by the structure of the play what they want. They're looking for a seal basically here on this side of the offense, and they're looking for this guard to deliver another seal here, get the running back in motion to pull the safety out of that hole there, and have 31 hit that, just like that, right? That's the basic play design. It doesn't quite work out that way for the Green Bay Packers. Running back keeps it a little bit tighter. Let's watch this double team here. Not great by Morgan and Tom, but I still love the effort. I love the fact he stays on his block. Let's check it out. All right, there's the motion. Right there, you can see the safety flies out of the box, exactly what the Packers want. I tell you what, LaFleur is so smart. He knows what he's trying to do. We get the double team, tight end working up, guard pulling. Looks like you got hats on hats right there, but for whatever reason, the tight end goes up on that linebacker, takes a really weird angle, right? You want to kind of go to him a little bit more. He kind of has to react, kind of blows the play up. Zach Tom trying to come off on 51, comes off a little late right there. Again, that's not great, but there's a chance for a little bit of a hole there. And one thing I don't like from Morgan is he kind of gets split right there. That's not great. Kind of a mass of humanity. But here's the one thing I do like. Again, not his best play, far from it. He stays with it. He keeps moving his feet, keeps driving, keeps staying on him. Running back is able to fall forward for a couple extra yards. It's these hidden yards, right? Right here, this pile up right here. Usually a lot of times offensive linemen, some of them at least, kind of give up. It becomes a mass of humanity. Play dies, running back collapses in a pile right there. Watch what happens. Just by moving his feet and staying with it, running back's able to spin out of that and get about 2-3 extra yards. Those are winning plays, right? It doesn't look like much, but it's the effort. It's just putting that extra 2 or 3 steps in the ground that could be the difference between 2nd and 8 or 3rd and 8 or 2nd and 5 and 3rd and 5, right? Those is what really needs to happen, right? That's what separates the Packers from a lot of other teams. A lot of other teams in this situation, they run up the middle, they only get a yard. Okay, now it's a long yardage situation. Offense got a lot harder because of guys like Morgan continuing to run their feet, Tom too, to continue to work, keep working. Myers is working too. Everyone up front is working hard right here, allows the running back to get a few extra yards. Winning effort by the Packers.
Yeah, and again, we talk run blocking here. Morgan, again, greatest game of his young career so far in the run blocking department. He's kind of questionable up to this point, but I think, again, I said looking like he's putting it all together. 65.7 run blocking grade for him. So when you got a guy that's made major, massive 20-point leaps in the run blocking department, as well as 20 to 30-point leaps in the pass blocking department, I think he's getting it all now. He's putting the pieces together, and we're seeing a very complete player on the field for the Packers.
All right, let's go with some pass protection now. You can see right here the Jacksonville Jaguars have got a lot of people kind of standing around the line of scrimmage. These two guys over here, kind of a confusing look here for the Pack. But basically what the Packers decide to do is they say, we're just going to slide our protection, everyone taking the gap over on the left side of the protection. So left tackle is going to take this gap, left guard's going to take this gap, and the center is going to take this gap. So basically what that means is that they feel from here over, whoever comes, they're going to be okay. They're going to force Morgan right here to have to cover this ground and pick up the linebacker. They're going to have Tom work out one-on-one on the right here on that defensive end. They're going to have 30 check here to see if this guy comes. If he doesn't, he can settle in and protect over here to see if anyone else comes. Again, a complicated coverage. This is kind of a tough situation, but Morgan, rookie, tough deal, does a really nice job, picks up the blitzer with ease. Phenomenal effort from the rookie. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. You can see Morgan working over to cover the ground. Linebacker tries to cover across his face. Morgan locks him up, throws him around, dominates him. Great rep from 77. That's dominating football. That's a phenomenal pass protection rep right there. There's a lot of green grass right here. Look at all this grass this linebacker has for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Any offensive lineman, especially a rookie, this is a tough deal. Not with Morgan. He dominates him like he's nothing. Great rep. Overall, unfortunately, the protection is not great for the Green Bay Packers. Tom has one of his worst plays of the day. He kind of gets beat and falls on his face. That's not great there. He's a really good player, though. Nothing against Tom. He's a really nice tackle for the Packers. And over here on the left side, everyone kind of runs into each other. The pocket kind of collapses. Not great protection across the board from the Packers here, except for the rookie. Tough situation. Steps up. Really nice job. Again, by Morgan right here doing a good effort, allows Willis to escape and turn what could have been a huge loss into a positive gain. Again, little plays, winning plays, right? A lot of times, other rookies, other offensive linemen, this happens. This is a sack, right? This is a big loss. Instead, because Morgan's dominating, it turns into a positive play for the Packers offense. These are 10, 12-yard shifts. We saw in the previous play, it was about a 3 or 4-yard shift in the Packers' favor because of Morgan's effort. Now it's a 10, 12-yard shift. 77 is quietly a nice player for him. Take a look at it from the wide copy. Watch Morgan pick him up with ease and totally just dominate him right there. That's tough, right? Look at that. That's really great work there by Morgan. And by the end, of course, the quarterback's scrambling, so the linebacker comes off and gets involved with the play. But if you look at quality pass protection, look no further than this rep from the young rookie, picking up that linebacker, covering the ground, moving his feet. Nice rep from 77. All right, let's go with my least favorite play from Morgan during the entire game. There he is at right guard, of course, for the Green Bay Packers. Going to be another power concept. We're going to get a double team with Morgan and Tom working up to the next level right here. We're going to get the center blocking back on that one technique. Call him a one technique because he's on the outside shoulder. Sometimes we call that a shade of the center. Left guard's going to work up to the next level. Left tackle's working out. We're going to get the tight end working out to the defensive end, the edge defender. We're going to get the wide receiver inserting for the safety, the fill defender right there for the Jacksonville defense. The key block, once again, is going to be this double team. They need to get movement here and get up to the next level. Everyone needs to get their feet in the ground and really drive and control everything down. Morgan does a good job working his feet and staying with it, but I think he doesn't do a great effort in terms of covering up this defender. I don't know if it's a coaching thing. I don't know if it's a scheme thing. I think this is more on the rookie. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. We can see the double team coming right there. They get decent movement right there, but see how Morgan's kind of in a not a great position. Defensive lineman's able to fight off and make the play. Now, again, as not great as this is for Morgan, right? You want to stay on it. You want to kind of throw him inside. You want to seal him off, get some movement. Defensive lineman's able to play off him a little bit. They get a little bit of movement right off the rip, but right here, if you're Morgan, you don't want to get tossed around and bullied a little bit. You want to be the guy bullying the offensive lineman. We've seen it earlier this clip. This isn't terrible by any means. It just isn't his best rep. But despite it not being his best rep, he keeps working, he keeps running his feet, and it still turns into a decent, it's a positive gain, right? Keeps working his feet, keeps driving his feet. Running back falls forward for a gain of about 2.5, 3 yards. Worse things can happen in the National Football League than a 3 yard run right up the middle, right? Especially when your center gets dish ragged right that. I tell you what, not a great play there by number 71. But look, it happens, right? The other guys are good too, right? These are millionaires on the defensive side for a reason. These are good players. And right here, again, not great in terms of execution from Morgan. I would love maybe right here to try and get your head up on him, or maybe inside and get more movement. Doesn't come off him like that. But I tell you what, he stays with it, gets a little bit of movement, pushes defender into the pile. Not terrible from the rookie here. All right, we're going to end on my favorite play from Morgan. There he is at right guard. This is going to be another zone blocking scheme for the Green Bay Packers working this direction. And LaFleur does again. This is absolutely genius. We're going to get wide receiver in motion this direction. And at the snap, the tight end is going to come across the motion right here and cut the end man on the line of scrimmage. Basically, what's going to happen is we're going to get all of these guys, a lot of these linebackers, they're going to sprint that way with the motion and following the tight end. Meanwhile, across the board, we're going to get the tackle, Tom, working up to that edge defender. We're going to get Morgan trying to reach and get movement this way. Center working over to get movement too. So what here the Packers are trying to do is they're essentially trying to get these guys here running that way. And then these guys here are going to run this way. And you're going to get a natural hole, right? This guy goes that way. Here, let me clean up the screen. These guys go this way. These guys go that way. Running back runs right between them. It's a genius design and really well executed. Unfortunately, they missed one block on the backside, but Morgan here does a great job getting movement and staying with it too. Let's check it out. All right, there's the motion. There's a snap. Tight end comes across the formation. Look at this flow by the linebackers, right? Everyone's either running downhill or hanging over here to the right. They see the outside zone. Now look at this movement. Look at this hole, folks. Oh, my goodness gracious. This is awesome. This is beautiful design. Look at Morgan right here moving the defensive lineman out of the way. Center comes across to give some help, gets up to the linebacker as well. That is awesome at the point of attack. They just missed one block on the backside. Right there, can't quite get 52. He's trying. 74 is trying. He almost gets there. I mean, just a little bit more. And honestly, I wish this running back would have taken this a little bit wider path. I don't know if how he was coached or not, so I don't want to be too critical. But if he stays with it a little wider, I think he can avoid 52 and then just hug these offensive linemen, and then he's off to the races, folks. Because if you look at this hole, goodness gracious, that is movement. Look at this defensive lineman. He ends up about 2 yards outside the defensive end. That's awesome right here from Morgan. Run your feet, get on him. And here's the thing I love about it. See how long he stays on him? He keeps working, stays on him throughout the entire play. Effort to boot. Nice rep from 77.
Yeah, Nick, and kind of in summation of how well Jordan has been doing this season, let's go over some of the key indicators we like to talk about a lot. First of all, 0 sacks allowed this season. Only 3 total pressures allowed from Morgan this entire season. And again, one thing we love to talk about, 0 penalties by Morgan. He's played a lot of really clean football. So I think this guy, he's really doing all the things right. He's causing no negative plays for this Packers team. And now he's starting to put it together. We're seeing a really complete performance by him. I think this is great news from the Packers. They seem to have gotten themselves a future star in Jordan Morgan.